This is lesson 2-7a, using zeros to write a polynomial function. Okay, here's our example. Write a polynomial function in standard form with zeros of 3 and 2 plus I. First thing to remember is the complex conjugates theorem. It states if any polynomial function has one zero, which is non-real, it also has the conjugate as well, which will be a zero. So the complex conjugate is 2 minus I. So I know I've got these three zeros. The next step is to write it in factored form. If I've got zeros, I can just take the factors x minus the zeros. So I'm going to have x minus 3, x minus 2 plus I, and x minus 2 minus I. And this would be an answer. It's just not in standard form. It's in factored form. Okay, so now we got to do a bunch of algebra to get it in standard form. There's a little trick in simplifying this, and it's rearranging. Let me show you how that works. Write down the x minus 3. I'm going to write this as x minus 2 in parentheses minus I. All I did was I distributed the negative, x minus 2 minus I. I'm going to do the same thing over here, x minus 2 plus I. Distribute the negative, minus 2, a minus times a minus is a positive. The reason I do that is I now have the difference of squares. I've got something minus something times something plus something. That's going to be a squared minus b squared. Recall, a squared minus b squared equals a minus b times a plus b. So now I'm just going backwards. If I've got this, I can go that way. So that will greatly simplify the algebra. All right, so it's going to be x minus 3. This is just going to be this first thing squared, x minus 2 squared minus I squared. All right, so now I can work this out. X minus 3, I can FOIL that. X squared minus 2 minus 4x plus 4 minus I squared to negative 1. And a minus and negative 1 is going to be a positive 1. And then let me just make plus 4 and plus 1 be positive. I'll write down the rest. X minus 3 times x squared minus 4x plus 5. All I've got to do now is multiply this binomial by this trinomial. So I'll do that right now. X times x squared is x cubed. I'll go over here. X times minus 4x is minus 4x squared. X times 5 is 5x. Now I'll go down here. Minus 3 times x squared is minus 3x squared. Minus 3 times minus 4x is plus 12x. Minus 3 times plus 5 is minus 15. And now I will simply combine my like terms. X cubed minus 7x squared plus 17x minus 15. I'll just write it in functional form. F of x equals. And this is my answer. So there you have it. How to use zeros to write a polynomial function in standard form.